evaluate the integral x squared cos 4x dx. Now if you look at this, there's a product of two functions, isn't it? We have x squared is a polynomial function, and we have cos 4x is a trigonometric function, isn't it? So the one which can easily get to a constant is a polynomial function if you differentiate, isn't it? So the one which you can differentiate and get a constant successively, then you let that one to be u, isn't it? So we have x squared and cos 4 dx. So you let x squared to be u and cos 4x dx to be dv. So this is integration by parts. We have u dv. Are we together? Are we together?
Yes.
u dv. And if you have integral of u dv, you are supposed to get uv minus integral of vd du. So it means we have to get u, v, and du, all that. So start. What is u? U is equals to x squared, isn't it? If you differentiate u with respect to x, you get du over dx is equals to 2x, isn't it? So from there, what does it imply? It implies du is equals to 2x dx. If you make du the subject of the formula, you take dx the other side, isn't it? Then, what is dv? dv is the same as the whole of this is dv is cos 4x dx, isn't it? Are we together there? Then, what is v? How do you get v from dv? How do you get v from dv? See, you introduce the integral on both sides, isn't it? So the integral that you remain with the v. Are we together? Then now, if you integrate cos, remember if you differentiate cos, you are getting negative sign, isn't it? So if you integrate cos, you get positive sign. So it means this is positive sine 4x, then you divide by the derivative of the inner function, which must be a constant. You divide by that constant of the inner function, isn't it? Are we together? So you found everything. So you now go back, when you have u dv, what is that? You come and write it, x squared cos 4x dx is supposed to be uv, isn't it? uv, and u is x squared, v is sin 4x over 4, isn't it? So if you multiply u times v, you get 1 over 4 x squared sin 4x. X squared times 1 over 4 is 1 over 4x squared, then times sin 4x is 1 over 4x squared sin 4x, isn't it? You are done with uv, then it is minus, isn't it? Are we together? Are we together? Good. It is minus integral of v. V is sin 4x over 4. So it means 1 over 4 is a constant you put outside, isn't it? Then inside you put sin 4x du. Then what is du? Is 2x dx. So it is sin 4x that is multiplied by 2x dx, isn't it? So you now simplify that, isn't it? Are we together? Okay?
Yes.
So what do we have? If you simplify that, what do you have? We have 1 over 4 x squared sin 4x minus 2 times 1 over 4, so you get 1 over 2. Isn't it? So you take this constant outside. So you remain with a half integral of x times sin 4x is x sin 4x, then dx. You simplify that, isn't it? Are we together? So what is left? What is left to get rid of is this integral. We have to get rid of that integral. It is still integration by parts, isn't it? That is still integration by parts. So let us deal with it. What is our u? Our u is x, isn't it? Are we together there? Eh? We are in another different integral of x in 4x dx. So this is also a product of two functions, meaning we use integration by parts here again. Until we eliminate all the integrals, meaning we reach the end, isn't it? Are we together? So here we have u is x, and here dv is in 4x dx. Is that okay? Are we together? you keep on repeating the process until you reach the end, isn't it? Until you reach the end. So what do you have? Start substituting. U is equals to x, isn't it? U is equals to? Then, if you differentiate u with respect to x, you get the u over the x is 1, meaning the u is equals to the x. You are done with that, isn't it? Are we together? Then what is dv? dv is sine 4x dx, isn't it? dv is the whole of this. Sine 4x dx. Sine 4x dx. So, for you to get v, you introduce integral on both sides, isn't it? Introduce integral on both sides to get v. What is v? If you integrate sine, if you differentiate sine is positive cos, isn't it? If you integrate sine is negative? Yes. Negative cos 4x, then you divide by the constant of the inner function, or the derivative of the inner function, which must be a constant, isn't it? Are you seeing that? So after getting that, we now go back and do our substitution. So what do we have? The integral of we go back and do the substitution. The integral of x squared cos 4x dx is equals to, what did we find it to be? It was 1 over 4x squared sine 4x. 1 over 4x squared sine 4x minus a half into bracket, isn't it? This derivative, which is a product rule. Are you seeing? So the whole of this is supposed to be u, v. And u is x, v is negative 1 over 4 cos 4x, isn't it? So that is going to be negative 1 over 4x cos 4x. Then it is going to be minus integral of what? Of v du, isn't it? And your v is negative 1 over 4 cos x du is, isn't it? If you multiply v du, what do you get? Negative 1 over 4 coming in outside, it changes the sign to positive 1 over 4. Negative to negative is positive, isn't it? Then you remain with cos 4x dx. So it means you have to deal with that bracket, isn't it? You have to deal with that bracket. So what do we have? You have to deal with that bracket. What do you have? Open that bracket. This one is equals to 1 over 4x squared sine 4x. I open this bracket, negative a half times negative a quarter, positive 1 over 8x cos 4x, then plus. So remember, this integral is no longer integration by parts, isn't it? So you can now integrate for cos 4x. You only use integration by parts where there is a product of 2, isn't it? So there is no integration by parts here. Are we together? So if you integrate, you've already opened the bracket, of course. You've already opened negative a half times positive 1 over 4. Negative 1 over 8, isn't it? Then if you integrate this, what do you get? If you integrate cos 4x, if you integrate cos to get positive sign, isn't it? Are we together? So here you have sine 4x, then you divide by the constant of the inner function, isn't it? So at the end you've reached the end of integration. So when you open this bracket, you'll get negative 1 over 8 times 1 over 4, which is negative 1 over 32, isn't it? Are we together? Is that well understood? Huh? So this one is going to be equals to 1 over 4x squared sine 4x plus 1 over 8 cos 4x minus 1 over 32 sine 4x plus c. And that is how to solve that problem.